Nothing actually prepares you for how lonely being an adult can be. I'm not one of those people that can just thrive being alone, and because I struggle so much with my mental health when I'm alone. I just really need a friend.
It's just me and my dog, of course. But if I'm being real, like, it does get very lonely sometimes.
Guys, being single in your late 20s, early 30s, and on a self-growth journey, health journey, just growth in business, whatever it is freaking lonely. Like
this system of community that was created for us into this world where basically community is lacking.
There's just something so fucking lonely about your mid-20s.
The more successful you get, the more lonely you're going to be. Fact.
Literally just turned 27, but I would say most of my mid-20s, I've just not felt great.
I literally hate coming on social media crying. But man, nothing actually prepares you for how lonely being an adult can be. I know I've posted a lot lately of how I've been struggling a lot because I just don't have really close friends, but like, my husband's out of town this weekend, so it's just been me. I haven't been alone for more than a work day for a really long time. And I'm not one of those people that can just thrive being alone. And it's a Saturday, and I've already tried doing everything. I've ran all my errands I need to run. I've tried shopping to make me happy. But I don't know what to do. So I'm literally just parked outside my work on a day that I don't work because I don't want to go home because I struggle so much with my mental health when I'm alone. I just really need a friend. I've been struggling so much with something so specific for about a month now, and I haven't been able to talk to anybody about it. I just need a friend. I need a friend to talk to so bad. I need a friend to hang out with so bad. And I'm sorry if this seems dramatic, y'all, but this is real. I just never understand. I never understand why everybody else has friends but me. Like, I try so hard to be a good friend. I always try to be the person that's there no matter what, and I just need that in a friend too. If you have really good friends, you really don't know how lucky you are. Please don't ever take them for granted.
I love living alone, don't get me wrong, but don't be fooled. 90% of my nights are literally just me sitting in front of my TV or on my phone or reading. This is the setup. This is my dinner. It's just me and my dog, of course. But if I'm being real, like, it does get very lonely sometimes. It would be cool to, on occasion, have a roommate or like a boyfriend or something. I literally do everything by myself. I mean, of course, I have friends and stuff, but like day-to-day things, I don't live close to my family, so I do literally everything by myself. I am very independent and confident, but there are days where I kind of just sit there and I'm like, wow, I'm lonely.
I saw a video in here today, I couldn't stitch it, but this guy was talking about how the reason why our mid-20s or just 20s in general are really extra lonely is because we're just coming out of the system that is school and this system of community that was created for us into this world where basically community is lacking. I've talked about this on this page before, but think about it. You most likely went to school from when the time you were 5, 6, 7, all the way until you were maybe 20, 21, 22. That on average is like 16 years of school and structure and knowing what you had to do to succeed. Being able to know you were doing the same things as all your peers, so you didn't have to worry if you felt like you were off on life's path. Then you graduate college or you're no longer in school and you're sent out into the world, and it's insane. Your people are now everywhere that you knew before. You're no longer a part of the same communities that you were before. And overall, it feels even more isolating because you're trying to navigate life outside of this system for the first time. And on top of that, every physical community that you probably found yourself in is now gone. That is also why a lot of young people gravitate towards cities like New York after college, because it's sort of like college part 2. You're on foot, it's walkable, and there's a lot of people your age around. But that's another story. Point is, don't let anyone make you feel crazy because you're being dramatic in your 20s and you're super lonely. Like, yes, you're supposed to be having the best time of your life, but this is tough. Not to mention, a lot of us lived through a pandemic in our 20s, which really is just throwing things off up here too. Point is, you're not crazy. You're just adjusting to this system that you're no longer a part of, that we were conditioned to be a part of for like 16 plus years.
guys, being single in your late 20s, early 30s, and on a self-growth journey, health journey, just growth in business, whatever it is freaking lonely. Like, honestly, it's lonely, and it's really hard sometimes to, be on this journey alone. Like, I don't even know what to say about it, but like, all I know is it's easy to go out and like fill your time with like drinking and like temporary friendships and things like that. But when you're truly like focusing on yourself and you are single and you live alone, it can be really hard and it can be really lonely. And I feel like my mindset goes super up and down. And so I want you to know that if you're in this too, let me know. And I have to remind myself like often that I'm going towards the right things. I'm going towards the right goals. And sometimes you have to sit in yourself and sometimes it feels uncomfortable, but it'll all be worth it.
There's just something so fucking lonely about your mid-20s.
This video made me so sad and I related so hard to it. And I don't want this to be like, oh, woe is me, but I think this video that she posted brings up a really good point that a lot of us in our early, late 20s, 30s feel this way. Nobody talks about it. Everyone's always trying to post on Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, and make it seem like their life is so busy and fun. It's the highlight reels, but I love when I see content like this, even though it's sad, like we all feel like this, but no one speaks up about it. I live alone. I am super introverted, independent. I literally work from home. I do every single thing in my life by myself because I'm not in a relationship anymore, and that took some getting used to for sure. Now I enjoy like my downtime, but there are totally times and weekends, Friday nights, where I wish I had friends that, or even a boyfriend to do stuff with. Like the same routine gets old after a while of just being by yourself. And it's hard. Like a lot of my friends are late 20s, 30s, married, engaged. The rest of my friends live in other cities throughout the country or farther away. So it's just hard. It is so hard. And even my family, they live like an hour away. So I don't know. I feel like once you leave college and you're surrounded by people your age all day, every day, you go to classes together, go to bars together, live with a bunch of friends, and then you're just in the real world having to adjust to this all of a sudden. It is so tough. And I wish that more people would speak up about it and kind of share ways that they cope with it, because I've definitely learned some tips and tricks to make me excited and happy and love being by myself, but it took a lot of getting used to. Please don't ever feel like you are the only person that feels this way. I guarantee you 99% of us do feel this way. They just don't show it or talk about it, and you're gonna get through it. It's all temporary. All the good, all the bad, everything is temporary, and this is just a season in your life that honestly you're gonna look back on one day and be like, damn, I really wish I had enjoyed that peace and quiet and rest by myself without any children, pets, husbands nagging me, like whatever it is. So just keep that in mind.
The more successful you get, the more lonely you're going to be. Fact. If you feel like recently you've been achieving so many things and you're so proud of yourself and you're so proud of where you're at, but actually you're still feeling quite lonely, this is why. Number one, when you start to become more successful, the people that you used to hang around, you start to naturally outgrow them. And if you're around people who are insecure, or if you're around people who don't have their own dreams, their own hopes that they're looking forward to, they're going to start being weird with you, whether you like it or not. And it's got nothing to do with you. It's just the fact that they are insecure. And when they see you and you progress in your journey, it makes them kind of feel like, damn, like a reminder that I'm still here and I've still got so much more to do. That naturally creates a distance between you guys, because you'll be doing your thing, you'll be celebrating, and you'll be noticing this person's not supporting me, this person's not saying congrats, this person isn't bigging me up. And that person will literally avoid you sometimes just so that they don't have to be reminded of what they're not achieving. The second thing is relationships become transactional. People only want to be associated with you to get something out of you, which can be so frustrating. Have you ever had people message you and just ask you for something direct? They don't even know you, they don't even support you, they don't even follow your pages, but they DM you asking you for something. People see you as like a gem in a way. Like, oh, I can get that out of this person to help me. And it's like they're no longer interested in actually building a relationship with you as a person. And three, you just get busy. When you're on your way to success, the way you think and process time is different. Money is time and time is money. So you're not going to be wanting to just go out all the time or just do things on a whim. You have your day scheduled out. You have things you got to get done, which means sometimes you've got to turn down the motive with friends. And naturally, if you don't have friends on the same wavelength as you, they're not going to understand, and again, creates distance, and the friendship can just end due to that. Because they'll start saying you've changed or you're too busy for them, when actually they just don't understand that you've got a new lifestyle, and the way in which you do things, you just value your time. And I want to caveat that success doesn't mean one thing, and everybody has their own definition of success. So success could be you feel like you got into a brilliant university and now you're spending your time studying for that degree. Success could mean you have just landed the best job ever, high paying salary, and now you're focused on that. Success could be your side hustle is blowing up, your TikTok is blowing up, your content creation is blowing up. Success could be you've just had, beautiful children. Whatever your definition of success is, if you feel like you're going on a path to greatness and your time is valuable, you might feel lonely, and that's why.
I had this realization a while ago when I realized that I've been in a funk for a long time. Like, I've literally just turned 27, but I would say most of my mid-20s, I've just not felt great. And like this original video was saying, a big part of that does come from the fact that when we were in uni, when we were in school, there was so much certainty in terms of our next steps. But then as soon as you break out of that, you lose the certainty and you realize how much of your happiness came from the fact that certainty was there. And I did a video on this a while ago that a lot of people seem to resonate with in terms of redefining happiness from being something that has to be familiar or certain, and also not feeling unsafe when you're in an uncertain zone. But something else I've also been having to do is also redefining what loneliness looks like. Like, when I think of loneliness, and as the original video was saying, that we've lost that sense of community you have when you're in school, loneliness is something that feels like, again, an unsafe place, but I've started to redefine that into looking at it more as solitude. And that just feels like less bad of a word, but it's genuinely the same thing. But when you think of solitude, I feel like it's easier to reflect on what are the positive things that can come out of that. Because I've always been someone that I like people's company. I've never been one of those solo trip merchants, but honestly, so much good can come from solitude. Like, actually being able to hear your thoughts, really understand what it is you want from life, what it is you value, what it is you're striving for. So I feel like those two things, redefining happiness and redefining loneliness, are the things that have made my 20s feel less lonely.
Hi friends, kindly join the comment section down below and let me know what you think about this topic today. Do you actually feel lonely? Are you mid-20s lonely? Are you early 30s lonely? Comment down below in the comment section and keep that conversation rolling. While at that, don't forget to subscribe, like and comment on this video. I'll catch you in my next one. It's your girl CLARISHIAN.B. God bless. Bye.